a film, Sleuth, from 1972, directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz, starring Sir Laurence Olivier and Michael Caine. Um, I have kind of a core memory from 1972. I would have been 12 or going on 12, depending on what time of year this film was released. I don't quite remember. But I remember going by myself to the movie theater and seeing it there and just being dazzled because the overwhelming majority of this film is just two people for over 2 hours. But those two people happen to be Laurence Olivier and Michael Caine, so the plate is full. They handle it through this incredibly winding road of crafty dialogue. And I mean, yes, there's actions that go on. There's plenty of actions that go on in the film, but it's two men talking for a couple of hours, and no easy feat to keep that compelling. Very well directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz, and it's a pip. It's a mystery. It's a cat and mouse game. Um, Depending on any given point in the film, who is the cat and who is the mouse? Uh, Intriguing in that way. I believe, it was originally a play, and I could see that it would very well, work very well as a play. In fact, I'm trying to remember. I might have even seen it later on as a play, possibly. But I am, as the years go on, such things have eluded my mind. But I do know that it was a play. It started out as a play, and you could see that with the luxury of cinema, exteriors were used where they wouldn't necessarily, you know, have detracted from the play for not having them. It's just it adds expanse to what's there. So it's very interesting to watch the two of them because they have two very different acting styles, or so it seems. You always think of Michael Caine. My name is Michael Caine. As I'm sorry, that was terrible. It's like a working man's actor. Uh, just I don't know, in perception, maybe because of his accent, and Laurence Olivier very much the sophisticate. And yet, those lines are blurred in this. While the setup has indeed Olivier as put forth as this kind of elegant um, author of detective novels, sophisticated detective novels, and Michael Caine as you could see it's looked at as slightly derogatory that while his mother's a Brit, his dad is from Italy. Ooh. Um, you see that their minds match well. You see that their styles, not just the characters, but the actors themselves, really fit well. And I think that one of the things that helps make the film work so well is you can see that they like each other. There's an ease to the two of them as they play through this play on film. And I understand that Kane was initially in awe of the fact that he was going to be working with Sir Lawrence. But I understand also that they got over that rather quickly and got along like a house on fire. That's so I've heard. And that kind of shows. Again, they have to. It's a play and a film, I should say. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth here, but it is a film full of emotion and not all good emotions. Raw emotion. There you go. There's some raw nerves going on in this film that drive the sly nature of the cat and mouse aspects of what's going on that I don't want to tell you about because I don't want to give away anything whatsoever about this story. If you've not seen it, I say this the last. I mean, it's going to be a kind of an edict for all these things. I don't want to give away severe plot points, but it's fun to watch. It really is to see them. To me, what I liked about Olivier in this, for example, is his character is so not what I had expected. And he has a great, just through his movements, through his tone of voice, he has this great energy, as does Kane. Kane has always had that energy. And you just see these are just like absolute masters of what they do. Because it's scary to say you have the two of you have to fill up this screen for 2.25 hours just about, and they do with such ease. You could see it could have been a much longer film easily if that's what they had. If they had another hour, you'd still be every bit as engaged. You're not waiting for this film to end. You do want the mystery or mysteries, shall we say, to be solved. You want to know, am I right in this? Does this mean that? Wait a minute. What's going on? And it answers all of that. So with that, I think we have set the stage for you to go and watch Sleuth or watch Sleuth again. Because even when you know it, do you know it? So thanks for listening to me. This has been a film. I hope you enjoy it. I will see you next time. Bye bye.